I popped in during the AMA and said hi. I was booted out, locked out, and defamed and libeled. Well, we've seen this movie before. I'm not going to name the project, but I popped in during the AMA and said hi. And that's all I said. Oh, hi. I heard there might be some questions I can answer since it's the AMA. I was booted out, locked out, and defamed and libeled because I said hi, which I didn't take very kindly to. That project has patents, which it doesn't really matter to me. The patents have nothing to do with me. But from what I understand, the very Dow is doing the research. From what I understand, they infringe on multiple claims on our patents. But that's not how I approached them. I just approached them and literally said, hi. Apparently, hi was too much. That goes to show you a way in which management should never conduct themselves. Number one, it demonstrates, I'm not going to mention the project, but it demonstrates a diversion between the interests of the token holders and the managers of the project. Because the token holders say the same thing that you did. Hey, let's talk to Reggie. It makes sense, right? He has ideas, has intellectual property, and you're probably infringing anyway. He didn't have to pop in and say hi. He could have sent a letter in with a lawyer that said, cease and desist, pay up, or go out of business. That's not the way we do business, by the way, okay? But, you know, if it is our house and it's our room, if you want to come in the room, you should rent it, right? We have no problem making a deal. I want to go to everybody and be as value producing as possible. I want every project's token that has value, not the junk projects, okay? Not the scam projects, right? If you have something real, let me add to it. There's a lot that I can add. And worst case scenario, you license it, you're operating, you know, above board. If you think, well, nobody else in the industry is respecting the patent, why should I? Because I've heard that a couple of times. That is not a very business-like mindset, right? And if you say that to the wrong person, they was like, you know, you're right. Nobody else is respecting it. Let's make an example out of you. Okay. So that's not the way to do it. I think we need more business people in the project teams and leading the project teams in terms of business and less developers, because we need to stick to our core concepts. You don't want your plumber operating on your heart, right? And you don't want your brain surgeon fixing your car. So let the car mechanics be the car mechanics, the plumbers be the plumbers, brain surgeons, heart surgeons. I'm not saying anybody's more important or better than anybody else. Stick to your core competencies and make sure there's diversity in your team. Because the company that I was talking about, project, if I was there, there's no way in hell I would have allowed for that behavior to happen. And I would say, you need to go back and apologize. You're burning bridges unnecessarily. And I would have read the patent. They also said, you know, he didn't have a patent in the US, it was only in Japan. Misinformation going out. That was a public company. That's a lawsuit right there. Had nothing to do with me. That's a lawsuit for misleading your investors, you know? Okay, same thing with your particular project. I want success because anybody who partners with us, the more they succeed, the more I succeed because our interests are aligned. Now, if you don't want to negotiate a partner, okay, so our interests are no longer aligned, but you probably still owe me money because you're in my house and you're not paying rent. So if I approach you with, here, I will call to you, I have a hood on and you're in a dark street and I walk up to you and I pull a gun and stick it into your back. And from the right side, there's a gun, there's a 9mm in your back. I'm about to rob you. And then I come on the left side and have a roll of $100,000 and $100 bills. Pick one of these situations.
I'd take the money.
Most people would, but that's what you would think. But there are a lot of people who are like, get that money out of my face. We're going to fight over this gun. What? What did you just say? Are you serious? They would literally
Really?
rather fight, get that money out of my face. I don't talk about revenue value. I don't want to do that. We're going to fight, you know? And most patent holders don't offer partnerships. They offer lawsuits. Okay? That's what many of them do. That's not it's not my cup of tea. But looking at it again from the token holder's perspective, if someone offers a gun and $100,000, why are you leaning so heavily towards the gun? It makes zero sense. If you're infringing on a patent and you're on the radar, you know, sooner or later you're probably going to get sued. Okay, the reason you're getting sued is because you have something, you're benefiting from something that doesn't belong to you. Okay, so if the patent holder is not being aggressive, which is unlikely, but if the patent holder is not being aggressive, that is a blessing. The patent holder has more value to offer on top of simply licensing. That is a double blessing. Like a mugger giving you the option of $100,000 instead of getting mugged, literally, you know, one of the many perks. Again, you have a mugger who's saying, well, I'll put this gun away if you take the $100,000. Get that $100,000 out of my face and let's fight. You know? Yeah. You know, I think that's a killer. You know, a lot of the news media outlets are purposely avoiding this. Okay. We can make it impossible to avoid. You know, but I'm not going to go into that just yet because, you know, I can't. I'm not. But extreme positive attention for the first like 10, you know, projects that come across, whether you're an exchange or an app or a wallet, you know, et cetera.